So one of the first things I'll always do when I want to do some music to somebody else's work, somebody else's videos, someone else's pictures, whatever the project may be, is you just sit on it for a while. You kind of get all their images and videos and whatever you're working on, and you just kind of let it sink in for a bit and just absorb it, sleep on it, come back to it. You know, think about it for a while. Often sleep on it is that you start dreaming about it, and you just immerse yourself in it, and some spark will come, some creative spark will happen. So when I came to Tiago's project, and we've got these stunning sort of Patagonia like vistas and wildlife, it's like, well, what does that mean in terms of music? I want to write some music to it, so what does that mean? So one of the first things I'll always do when I sit to come up with the music, if there might be something in your head like a little melody or a chord or something like that, but one of the first things I always do is pick up an acoustic, because with an electric you're kind of messing about with tones and you've got to get the right sound for something, and there's so many variables, whereas an acoustic is an acoustic. It's just you, and it's just, you know, it's just the room basically. And then I'll usually find there's a key that will come to mind. I'll think in keys and scales, and normally A. I normally write a lot of things in the key of A, just because I kind of like the sound of it. But I don't know, I didn't feel that for this. What I kind of captured when I was looking at the older Tiago's amazing footage and amazing images is almost like, it's like a timeless feel, because Patagonia it's in one respect it's quite barren. There's a lot of landscape, and then you get these mountains or these lakes, you know, and all these real contrast of colours, you know, glorious kind of blues of the water, almost like untouched, almost like a bit of a barren, untouched landscape. And to me, the thing that came to mind was time. It was timeless. The whole thing felt timeless. So that's how I started to think, and I kind of when I'm thinking in that kind of that feel, I instantly think of, well, what mode, what scale kind of fits with that, what kind of chords work with that. And for me, I just started feeling things in B, variations of B, and I wanted a timeless feel. So I wanted like something like almost like a ticking clock, something that would show like progression of time. So as I've kind of sat down, and I'm only just starting this process, I'm coming to Lydian as a scale, as a mode or scale, depending on how you want to refer to that. I won't go into the theory now, but Lydian has a very sort of timeless feel. So, you know, I'm supposed to say major, which would be very bright. You know, so those like fourths in there, but it's generally Lydian. It's with that sharp fourth. And Lydian is used a lot. I mean, John Williams always is a bit of an inspiration for me, but he uses Lydian quite a lot. So all those kind of epic scores that you hear are very much in Lydian. So I just started playing about with something in B, with a B Lydian feel, and got this little feel of, I don't know what it is. It's just kind of a I don't know how to describe. It's kind of there's a lot of things you can do with it. This little 2-chord progression based in B, and around B Lydian as a feel. But for that whole, like, again, I'm hearing ticking clocks and timelessness, and I want to portray that there's something very epic, you know, going back through time and timeless about it. So with those chords in mind, And there's again so many ways you could then start playing that. Could be finger picking something. Almost doesn't matter at this point because I'm just coming up with the kind of feel. You know, you could just be strumming something. But it's too lively. So I guess I'm into the like mute palm picking. Like a ticking clock. Yeah, okay, so something like so I guess I could lower that down an octave. Yeah. Yeah, I like that little going up to the octave. And straight away I'm hearing like melodies like getting ahead of myself. So what I'll do now, as I would normally do, when I've got an idea, is take that into Pro Tools, and we'll start actually layering a track and see what comes out of that. So once I'm in Pro Tools, I've gone with a 7-string guitar, and the reason, I mean, a lot of people use 7 strings for like metal chug stuff, but the reason I'm using it is on the low string. It's an open E, an open B. So I get the kind of the drone sound I want to then play, you know, my kind of chords over the top. So wherever I'm playing, I've always got that low E, that low B to come back to. So I just want to run that like tick tock motion on the lower strings. But I just want to do it and record it in Pro Tools so I can loop over it, and then I can try things over the top and see if it's going kind of where I think I want it to. A lot of Tiago's, it got some footage of just awesome like lakes and rivers, and again the kind of flowing motion as I'm thinking, how's this going to work over video without interrupting the video, without interfering with you know the visuals, but to enhance them. And a lot of this sort of water cascading thing and driving, he's got lots of driving shots. So I always want that like motion, but I don't want a big drum beat or anything. So I want to use the rhythm of the tick tock, not only for that timeless feel, but to kind of keep it moving along to match the visuals, because I know I'm going to have to play those later and make sure this fits. So I think I've got the tempo about right, as a slow tempo and a slow driving sort of tick-tock feel. So let's see how that sounds in when I record a loop. I mean, I could do it on the higher strings as well if I really wanted more of a tick-tock kind of feel. I'm going to stick with the lower strings because it's kind of got that bass it's adding a lot of bass to it. And also I'm thinking there's something else I want to do after on that higher frequency, on those higher levels. And I think that little light tick-tocky thing might interfere with that. So I'm gonna stick with the low strings. At this minute, it's purely about just like getting something down to try over. So the tone's not what I would use. I just want a clean guitar basically to use. So okay, I'm going to take that and then I'm going to try something that I think will overlay quite well over the top of that. Okay, so one of the other benefits of about using something like an amp modeler, like a Helix rack, is just the amount of tones and things you can do. So with a traditional amp and pedals, you're kind of limited, or you've got to do a lot of work to get where you want to go. But with an amp modeler, you've just got like every effect, instantly at hand. So what I wanted to try here over the top of this is a massive delay and reverb sound. Because one thing, when I think about the footage, I think about Tiago's footage. There's lots of things about running water, and there's all these landscapes and big sort of vast areas of open fields and water and mountains, but there's always these big skies above. So again, I'm trying to interpret the footage musically and thinking need something on high reg that represents those clouds, because some of the clouds on his images, on his video are just stunning, but it adds to that kind of big sky feel, which I think adds to that kind of timelessness. So I've got an effect I've kind of dialed in, which is just very much about the sort of what I want to do musically with the clouds that I think about when I think of the images that he's done. So I've got this kind of effect going on. Let me just kick something off there. So if I play something with this, this is what I think will overlay over the tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I need something very high frequency. So let's see what this sounds like. Yeah, so I think that will work over the top of the tick tock sort of rhythmic feel. So I just feel like I need at this point, and I kind of think how they're going to layer up, but I want to almost go and lay over. I just want to play some guitar and play some runs and scales and things, and just make sure that's sitting right for me, because I think I've got the tempo of that right and what I want to get with. But let's try layering some tracks up, and I'll also try just some complete improvising of some scales and things over the top, and just again let it sink in and let it see if it feels right. So we've got that real like high register, wishy-washy cloud kind of idea. A suggestion, a melody, I don't know if that's what that will be, I just wanted to play around with that. But yeah, it's, I guess what you got the real bass of that time progression, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, with almost like the clouds going overhead with that light cloud burst effect. I think that works. And again, just thinking to the visuals that I know I'm going to be working to, the footage which I've watched and watched and watched and watched, some of the stills. The tempo is about right because it's not a piece I want to rush. It's not going to be a bang bang edit, you know. It's not going to be a, you know, high velocity, quick cuts. It'll be very paced, very slow, and just let the images sit and absorb them. And I'm hoping the music will let you do that without interfering. The repetitive nature of that tick tock I think is what will drive you to keep listening, even though the images themselves may be kind of on screen and quite static for a while. I think the music is what hopefully will keep that driving, but we will see. We'll move on to the next phase.